Hey lovelies, I hope you're all well. Welcome to my YouTube if you haven't flowed with me before, and welcome back if you're one of those wonderful people who is here joining in with every class. I am Amy and I will be your yoga teacher for this intermediate to advanced vinyasa flow. It's going to have a lot of focus on lower body mobility, and it's not going to be completely wrist free, but we're not going to be putting a lot of weight in the wrists throughout this practice. So there's not going to be loads of down dogs or chaturangas or planks. So if you feel like your wrists are a bit tired and they don't want to spend an hour or so on them, then this is a good class for you. And if you don't feel that way, I'm sure you're still going to enjoy it just as much, playing around with transitions that are a bit different from our usual down dog, planks, chaturangas, and so on. Enough chatting from me. If you are ready to begin, I would recommend grabbing a block or a cushion or something that you can sit on. We'll be spending our first few minutes seated in whatever version of a comfortable seat is calling to you today, and starting off with some alternate nostril breathing. So before we move into our breath work, just take a moment to get yourself comfortable and settled. Find your ground, find your foundation. Find any little movements that are calling to you to help you settle in. Any little bits of tension that you're holding on to that you might be able to let go of. Softening the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, letting the jaw release. Shoulders dropping down away from the ears, hips grounding you into the earth. Whatever you've got lined up after this practice, whatever you were doing before this practice, setting it aside for the duration of this class, really committing yourself, committing your mind, your body, your spirit, to be here now as much as you can be. And of course there will be distractions, thoughts, things that grab your awareness along the way, but just set that intention now to keep returning to your body, to your breath, to your surroundings. Connecting to our breath with that alternate nostril breathing. Let's all synchronize our breath together by sighing out all of your next exhale. Let it all go. Empty, empty, empty. Then, using whatever finger configuration feels best, seal the right nostril. Breathe in through the left nostril. Seal the left. Pause at the top. Breathe out through the right. In through the right. Seal. Pause, out through the left, in through the left, pause at the top, out through the right, in the right, pause, out the left. Keep it going in the left, pause, out the right, in the right, out the left. Keep it going, moving at the rhythm of your own breath, finding a pace that works for you, knowing that it's normal if you've got one side that feels a bit more blocked and stuffy than the other. That's the point of doing this breath, to help even things out. The next time you breathe out through the right nostril, however long it takes to get there, no rush. You can come back to your normal breathing, release the hands down. Pausing here in stillness for just a few more cycles of breath in and out through the nose. Letting go of tension, worries, distractions with every exhale, letting them go, sending them out of the body on the wave of the breath. If you're sat on a block, you might want to move it over to one side for now. If you've got the legs crossed, switch the cross of the legs, keeping things nice and even. If you're not already, turn to face the top of the mat. I'll just stay facing you for now so you can see what I'm doing. Drop the chin down into the chest. Roll the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Bring it back through center, take it over to the other side. Keep going with your half neck rolls. If there's any parts that feel particularly tense or tight today, you might pause there for a few extra breaths, really working through that tension. Letting it feel good, letting it feel nourishing for your body. The next time you come over to the right, pause there. Bring the right hand onto the left side of the head, left fingertips down to the floor, just adding a gentle bit of pressure to open into the left side of the neck. Breathe here. Second side, right fingertips to the mat, left hand to the opposite side of the head. Draw that right shoulder down. Both hands interlace around the back of the neck. Open the elbows wide, lift the chest up, breathe in, breathe out. See if you can touch the elbows towards one another. They might not reach, that's fine. Round the spine. Inhale, open things up. Exhale, round it in. One more time, big breath in, big breath out. Release the hands down onto the knees. Find some little wiggles through the shoulders, taking them in one direction. And switch direction. Now let that movement permeate a little bit more of the torso, maybe moving the chest around in circles or from side to side. Doesn't have to look any particular way, it's more about how it feels, finding something that feels good. Let that movement expand a little bit more, so maybe now you start to find some circles through the belly, maybe wiggling the hips from side to side, moving in circles one way and then the other way. You might feel a bit silly, you might be thinking, I'm supposed to be telling you what to do, but it doesn't matter. Connect to your own inner teacher. Make those movements even bigger. Maybe coming all the way down towards the mat, round in circles. Maybe finding a little side bend, a little twist. Anything that feels good. Movement that doesn't have a name, more than welcome. Take a few more cycles of breath here, finding that expressive, free movement. Maybe the arms come up overhead. Anything that's calling to you. Knowing that no one's watching you, you're all just watching me. Find your way back to a nice neutral spine. Stack the head, stack the heart, stack the hips. Bring the hands to heart center. See if without using the hands to help, you can bring the left foot to the top of the right hip, finding a half lotus position, wiggling that foot into place. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, twist to the left. Right hand onto the left knee. Maybe you reach the left hand behind and it grabs hold of the left foot, finding a twisty bind. Breathe in. And breathe out. Unwind from the bind, bring the hands behind you, fingertips point back, keeping the legs in the same configuration. Lift the hips away from the mat, open the chest up, then drop the hips down, walk the hands forward, fold down over the legs. Slide the hands all the way back behind you, lift the hips, breathe in, drop the hips, walk the hands forward, breathe out. One more like that, slide the hands back, push the hips up, drop the hips down, walk the hands forward. Bring yourself back upright once again, hands to heart center. See if you can switch into half lotus on the other side again without using the hands to help you. Right foot comes on top of the left hip. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up. Big breath out, twist over to the right hand side this time. Maybe find that bind of the right hand around the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe spin a little bit further into the twist. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, hands come behind you. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, drop them down. Walk the hands forward. Big slow breaths. Inhale, hands back, hips high. Exhale, hips low, hands come forward. One more time, send the hips up, send the hands back. And send the hips down, walk the hands forward. Slide the hands back up towards you, hands come to heart center. Again, without using the hands, see if you can bring the feet into a butterfly shape. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Keep the left leg as it is, tap the right knee to meet the left knee. Open it back out, tap left knee to meet the right knee. Open it back out. Plant the soles of the feet on the mat, knees point up towards the sky. See if you can get the heels really, really close in towards the body. And maybe keeping the knees glued towards one another, you can lift the hips off the mat, come to find a toe balance. Hips stacking above the heels, hovering above the mat. Reach the arms all the way up. Staying on the tiptoes, press your way all the way up to standing. Take it back down into your toe balance and then hop into a malasana. Drop the hips to the mat, feet together, knees wide. Tap right knee to left knee. Open it back out. Tap left knee to right knee. Open it back out. Plant the feet on the mat, keep the knees squeezing in. Lift the hips, lift the heels, arms straight up, all the way up to standing, all the way back into your toe balance. Hop into malasana, sit down, baddha konasana. Last time, right knee taps left, baddha konasana. Left knee taps right, baddha konasana. Feet on the floor, knees up, toe balance. Up to standing on the tiptoes, back down into toe balance, hop, malasana. Sit down, feet together, knees out wide. Bring the fingertips to interlace the peace fingers and thumbs around the big toes in your baddha konasana, and then lift the feet to hover above the mat so you're in a hovering baddha konasana. Keep the fingers on the toes, open the legs out wide into your upward angle. Had to think for a second there. Maybe you've got space, maybe you've got a wall in the way like me. Bring the feet to touch one another for a bound boat pose, and see if you've got the space. You might need to shimmy back forward or backwards a little bit. Rock yourself backwards, keeping the grip on the toes, then see if you can bring yourself back upright into a bound boat pose. Rock back, find the momentum, come back up. Open the legs back wide into upward angle. Bring the feet to touch for a hovering baddha konasana. Open them back out, upward angle. Bring them together, bound boat. Rock your way backward. Rock your way back up. Upward angle. Floating baddha konasana. Last time, upward angle. Boat pose. Rock it back. Find your way back up. Open it out wide. Baddha konasana. Release the grip On the feet, reach the arms forward, bring the knees to touch, rock your way backwards, bring yourself up into chair pose. Take it back down, rock back, come back up, Utkatasana. 3 more, take it back. Not using your hands to help if possible. Last 2, take it back, come back up. Last 1, rock it back. Come into chair pose, inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hands interlace behind the lower back. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, keep the knees bent. Come up onto the tiptoes, lift the heels for a bound, balanced chair. Keep the heels lifted and the hands bound, but straighten the legs, coming to stand in your tiptoe Tadasana. Keep the heels lifted, keep the hands bound, find a flat back, hinge at the hips, keep those heels hovering. Come down into a toe balance, keeping everything as it is. Drop the knees down onto the mat. See if you can drop the fists onto the floor behind you and then lift the hips away from the heels for a heart opening, back bending situation. Drop the hips to the heels. Lift the hands off the mat. Lift the knees off the mat. Hands are still bound. Press your way into chair pose. Heels are staying lifted. Come up to standing with the heels lifted. Find your flat back, squeeze the hands together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drop down into toe balance, drop the knees, drop the fists, lift the hips, breathe into the chest. Hips to heels, hands off the mat, knees off the mat. Ooh, maybe falling, find your toe balance. Utkatasana, heels lifted, squeeze the knees together. Come up to tiptoe Tadasana. Last time working through that little sequence. Back into toe balance. Drop the knees, drop the fists, lift the hips, open the heart. Hips to heels. Lift the hands, lift the knees. Press up to standing on the tiptoes. Drop the heels, keep the hands as they are. Bring the fists around towards the left hip. Drop the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Bring the fists over to the other side, then right ear to right shoulder. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring the head back upright, release the clasp of the hands. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Standing onto the right leg, draw the left knee up and in towards the chest. Take some big, big, big circles with that left knee, like you're stirring a big pot with your left knee. Switch direction of the circles and try not to lean over to the right too much. One long line from crown to tail. Now inhale, squeeze the knee as high as you can up and in towards the chest. Exhale, take a super slow, so slow step all the way back with the left foot. Still going, still slowing. Drop the left toes, gently lower the left knee down towards the mat, low lunge. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. 2 more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Last time, big breath in. Big breath out. This time, bring the hands behind the lower back. Interlace the hands, fists together, shoulder blades together. Breathe in, find a little baby back bend. And now option to hinge forward, working the right shoulder towards the inside of the right knee. Let the arms drop up and overhead. Really squeeze the knee and the shoulder in towards one another. So don't let that right knee cave out to the side. You might even see if you can work that right shoulder down towards that right ankle. How low can you go? On your next breath in, come back upright, straighten the right leg, keep the hands bound, step the right knee to the left, come to kneel on the shins. Inhale, find a little camel pose here with the hands still bound as they are. Come out of the camel, stack the head, the heart, the hips. Step the left leg straight out to the left-hand side. Toes are pointing forward, heel is in line with the left hip. Bring the fist towards the outside of the left hip. Drop the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Now unravel the hands but keep them over to the left. See if you can bring the right hand towards the left inner thigh as you slide the left hand down the left leg in the direction of the left ankle. A funky little gate pose variation. Roll the chest up and to the side. Bring yourself back up, plant the hands under the shoulders, keep the left leg straight out to the left-hand side, then lift it off the mat, parallel to the floor, heel is in line with the hip. Reach the right arm straight out to the right-hand side if you've got the space. Pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg stays lifted, right hand down, pulse the left leg for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the left knee up and in towards the left shoulder. Bend the knee, heel to glute. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand for lizard pose. Pause here for a few breaths. Find some movement through the hips. Find anything that feels good. Now come down onto the forearms. See if you can bend the right knee, squeeze the heel into the glute, then maybe reach the left arm underneath the left leg and grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. Squeeze the heel in towards the glute. Then maybe bring the right hand to grab hold of the left ankle for this super funky pretzel moment in our lizard pose. Release the right foot, drop it back to the back of the mat, toes are tucked under. Keep the right forearm grounded on the mat for now. Breathe in, open the left arm up, find the twist. Lift the right knee off the mat. And now the challenge is to lift the right elbow off the mat, plant the right hand under the right shoulder for a twisty lizard. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, sweep the left fingertips to the back of the room. Maybe touch the back of the right leg. Inhale, reach them forward. Exhale, send them back. One more time, breathe in forward. This time breathe out, sweep the hand back. Maybe spin onto the outside edges of both feet for revolved Skandasana. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, drop the hips, send the left arm back. 2 more like that. Big breath in, big breath out. This time, inhale, lift the hips, plant the left hand on the mat, walk around to the right hand side, come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Have a moment here to wiggle around through the hips from side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to heart center. Skandasana onto the right side. Bend the right knee, lift the left toes up. Skandasana over to the left hand side. Over to the right. Keep the hips as low as you can. Over to the left. This time, Skandasana over to the right hand side. Bring the hands to frame the right foot. Drop the right shin down to the mat. Drop the left knee to the mat. Come into active pigeon pose. Lift the hands off the mat, bring them to the hips. So it's like pigeon, but we're not lowering the hips down towards the mat. We're keeping them lifted. Reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Even extra challenge, tuck under the left toes, lift the left knee off the mat, setting those glutes on fire. Bring the hands down to frame that right leg. Squeeze the right knee in towards the nose. Step it back to plank. Work through your version of a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. As you exhale, see if you can keep both legs straight. How far you can get the right leg up the mat. Maybe you can tap the right wrist and then step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward. Uttanasana at the back of the mat. Have a little sway from side to side here. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale, hands onto shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ripple your way up. Exhale, melt your way down. Last time, breathe in, Uttanasana. Breathe out, take it back down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Second side, ground through the left leg. Squeeze the right knee into the chest. Take some big circles with the right knee. Switch direction of the circles. Squeeze the knee up and in towards the chest, and then as slow as you can go, drop the right toes to the back of the mat and gently lower the right knee down onto the earth. Back toes can be flat or tucked under. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, squeeze it in. Last time, reach the arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands interlaced behind the lower back. Opposite thumb on top. One that feels a little bit weird. Breathe in. Find the back bend and then pause here. Big deep breaths. One more inhale. Then exhale, fold down. Left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Maybe even work it down in the direction of that ankle. Squeeze the knee and the shoulder in towards one another. Keep the hips nice and low. Arms reaching up and overhead. Draw yourself back upright as you draw your next breath in. Keep the hands interlaced. Straighten the left leg. Step the left knee to meet the right, kneeling on the shins. Find a little heart opener here. Bring yourself back upright. Keep the hands as they are. Step the right leg straight out to the right hand side. Bring the hands to the outside of the right hip. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the hands where they are, but release the bind. Bring the left hand to the inside of the right thigh if you can. Slide the right hand down the right leg. Find your side bend. Bring yourself back up. Hands under the shoulders. Right knee, right leg still out to the side. Lift it off the mat. Heel in line with hip, leg parallel to the floor. Reach the left arm straight out to the left hand side. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop the left hand down, right leg stays lifted, pulse for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the knee up and into the right shoulder. Step the foot to the outside of the hand, lizard pose on the second side. Again, a few deep breaths, just feeling into it, breathing into it, finding any movement that feels good. Come down onto the forearms, bend the left knee, reach the right arm under the right leg, grab hold of the left foot, bring the left hand onto the right ankle. Remember, it's all just optional. Take the options that work, leave the ones that don't work. If you've got the bind on the foot, release. Keep the left forearm grounded for now. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Lift the left knee off the mat. Lift the left elbow off the mat. Plant the left hand under the left shoulder. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, rainbow it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, take it back. Last time, breathe in. This time, as you breathe out, sweep the arm back, spin into revolve Skandasana. Drop the left hip down, come onto the outside edges of both feet. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, drop the hips, reach the right arm back. Inhale up, exhale down. This time, inhale, lift the hips, walk around to the left, Prasarita Padottanasana, hips high, hands low, have a little wiggle. Inhale, flat back, hands to heart center, side lunge into the left leg, side lunge into the right leg. Take it over to the left, over to the right. This time, back to the left, hands frame the foot, drop the left shin down, drop the right knee down, hands to hips, active pigeon. Reach the fingertips high, lift the right knee off the mat, squeeze the glute. Hands onto the earth, left knee squeezes in towards the nose. Step it back to plank, work through a vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. See if you can keep both legs straight as you maybe tap the left toes to the left wrist, then set the foot down, step the right foot forward, Uttanasana, forward fold for a few deep breaths. Keep the left hand down, open the right arm up, find a twist, breathe in, take it back down as you breathe out. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to repeat the same sequence-ish, but switch it up, take things out, add things on. So as you're ready, standing on the right leg, squeeze the left knee into the chest, take some big circles. Switch direction of the circles, mobilize that hip, squeeze the knee up and in towards the chest, straighten the leg straight out in front of you, squeeze it in, straighten, squeeze, straighten, squeeze it in, slow motion, step back, soften the back knee down, inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, cactus, inhale, reach, exhale, squeeze. Last time, big breath in, big breath out, then hands interlace behind the lower back. Inhale here, exhale, fold down. Inhale, come back up, straighten the right leg. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Inhale, open the chest, baby back bend. Exhale, bring it back up. Step the left leg straight out to the left hand side. Bring the fist to the left hip. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Release the clasp of the hands. Slide the left hand down the left leg. Bring the right hand to the left inner thigh. Bring it back up. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Lift the left leg off the mat. This time squeeze it straight in towards the shoulder. Tap it down to the wrist. To the shoulder, to the wrist, shoulder, wrist. Last time shoulder. Step it to the outside of the left hand. Come down onto the forearms. Bend the right knee. Maybe reach the left hand to grab the right foot. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Both forearms onto the floor. Re-straighten the right leg. Then roll onto the outside edge of the right hip. Bring the left leg to stack on top of the right and bend the knees so the heels are squeezing into the glutes. Lift the left hand so it's a bit closer to the body. The right fingertips are pointing to the left hand side. If you're confused, just look at me. It's quite the paint me like one of your French girls moment. Lift the left leg off the mat. See if you can squeeze the left knee in towards the left shoulder. And then see if you can straighten that left leg. Step the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Lift up off the hands and twist your way into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bring the right hand behind the right hip. Lift the hips off the mat. Come onto the left tiptoes. Drop the hips down. Come back into the twist. Unwind from the twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Find the back bend. Drop yourself back down into the twist. One more time. Lift the hips. Lift the heart. Lift the left heel. Drop yourself back into the twist. This time, walk the hands over to the right hand side. Unravel the legs. Keep it going so you land in a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold over to the right hand side. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Now, keep the feet where they are. Carry on walking the hands over to the right. Twist the right knee over the top of the left knee, landing in a cow face pose facing the other side of the mat. Breathe in here. Breathe out, fold down over the legs. Take a few breaths here, breathing into the hip space. Bring yourself back upright. Bring the right hand onto the left foot, the left hand onto the right foot. Keep the hips grounded, lift the feet off the mat, cross over at the ankles so you're in a funky crisscross ankle boat pose situation. Keep the legs as they are, release the clasp of the hands, reach them forward. Unravel the legs, drop them into Upavista Konasana, opening the legs out wide. Bring the hands to frame the right foot, the right leg, lift the hips a few inches above the mat, drop them down. Lift the right heel a few inches above the mat, it burns, drop it down. Lift everything up off the mat. See if you can tap the toes together. Open back out wide, drop the hips back down. hands to heart center. Plant the left foot on the mat. So you're in a Skandasana with the hips down. Lift the hips up, drop the hips down. Lift the right heel off the mat, drop it down. One more like that. Lift the hips, drop them down. Lift the right heel, drop it down. Now lift the hips, frame the left foot at the back of the mat, drop the left knee down, keep the right knee lifted, come straight into active pigeon with the back knee lifted. Drop the hands down, squeeze the left knee into the nose, step it back to plank, work through a vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, right toes to right wrist. See if you can keep both legs straight. Drop the right foot down, step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take one full cycle of breath. Standing on the left leg, right knee up and into the chest. Take those big circles. Switch direction of the circles. Squeeze the knee up and into the chest. Extend it straight out in front of you. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. One more, straighten, bend. You know what's coming, slow-mo. Slow as you can go. Step the right toes back. Gently lower the knee down onto the earth. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, cactus. Inhale to reach. Exhale to squeeze. Last time, big breath in. Hands behind the back, opposite interlace, the one that feels a bit weird. Breathe in. Breathe out, hinge down, forward fold. Inhale, back upright, straighten the left leg. Step the left knee to meet the right knee. Big breath in, find your camel pose with the hands interlaced. Big breath out, come back upright. Step the right leg straight out to the right hand side. Hands to the outside of the right hip. Right ear to right shoulder. Release the clasp of the hands, slide the right hand down the right leg, bring the left hand to the right inner thigh. Bring it back upright, hands under shoulders, lift the right leg, squeeze the right knee to the right shoulder, down to the wrist, to the shoulder, to the wrist, shoulder, wrist. Last time, shoulder. Step it to the outside of the hand. Come down onto the forearms. Bend the left knee. Reach the right arm under the leg. Grab hold of the foot. Squeeze in. Release the foot. Forearms to the floor. Roll onto the left hip. Stack the right knee on top of the left. Bend the knees. Squeeze the heels in towards the glutes. Squeeze the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Work the right leg in the direction of straight. Step the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Press your way off your hands. Find your Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. Plant the left hand behind the left hip. Lift the hips. Reach the arm up. Sit yourself down. Spin back into the twist. Find the hips and the heart opener. Drop it back down. Find the twist. Last time, hips high, heart high. Find your twist. Now walk the hands over to the left. Spin the feet into wide-legged forward fold. Press Parita Padottanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep walking the hands over to the left. Keep the feet where they are. Cross the left knee over the top of the right knee. Sit down into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Get yourself set up. Maybe walk the fingertips forward and pause for a few deep breaths. Bring yourself back upright. Right hand onto left foot, left hand onto right foot. Lift the feet off the mat, cross over at the ankles, crisscross boat pose. Find some space and some lift across the chest. Smile. Keep the legs as they are. Release the hands from the feet. Open the feet out wide into Upavista Konasana. This time bring the hands to frame the left leg. Lift the hips a few inches above the mat. Drop them down. Lift the left leg off the mat. Drop it down. Lift everything off the mat. Tap the toes. Open them back out. Sit yourself back down. That is such a burner. Hands back to heart center. Plant the right foot next to the right hip. Lift the hips off the mat. Drop them back down. Lift the left foot off the mat. Drop it back down. Lift the hips. Back down. Lift the left leg. Drop it down. Lift the hips. Frame the right leg. Drop the right shin. Keep the left knee lifted. Find your balance. Find your active pigeon. I am wobbling so much. Hands onto the earth. Right knee into the nose. Step it back to plank. Work through vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Maybe keep the legs straight as you tap left toes to left wrist. Set the foot down. Step the right foot forward. Pause for a moment. Catch your breath. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, legs straight, arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Moving on to our next little sequence. Inhale, reach both arms high. Draw the left knee as high as you can up and into the chest. Then twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back, but don't bring the hand onto the knee. Just using the strength of that leg to lift the knee. And then again, without using the hand, maybe you can straighten that left leg. And super slow, step the left foot back, landing in a warrior two, keeping the arms in the same configuration. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms press overhead. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, sink it down, hands interlace behind the lower back. Bring the hands to the outside of the right hip. Drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Keep the clasp of the hands, but bring them back behind the lower back. Fold down, draw the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Humble warrior, let the arms drop up and overhead. Draw yourself back up as you draw your next breath in. Straighten both legs. Turn the right heel out, the right toes in. Prasarita Padottanasana with the bind. Come down halfway and then drop all the way down. Arms up and overhead. Inhale, halfway lift. See if you can keep the bind as you bend into the right leg. Find Skandasana on the right side. Still with the bind. Skandasana on the left side. Just one more time, over to the right, and then pause here. Drop the hips to the mat. Bring the hands to the heart. Bring the left hand to the right ankle. Reach the right arm up and over. Find the side bend. Maybe the right hand reaches that left foot. Spin the chest up towards the ceiling. Bring yourself up out of the side bend, hands to heart center. Swivel the right knee to tap next to the left knee. Open it back up. Tap it down. Bring it back up. Last time, tap it down. Come to face the back of the mat. Rearrange yourself if needed, so you're in a half hero pose with the right heel folded in towards the right hip. Inhale here. Exhale, fold down over the legs for a few breaths. Maybe rippling up and down the spine, or maybe just savouring the stillness. Roll your way back upright. Keep the right leg as it is, hands at the heart. Without using the hands, see if you can bring the left heel to the left hip, finding full virasana, and then straighten the right leg straight out in front of you. Straighten the left leg straight out in front of you. Bring the right heel back in, bring the left heel in, bring the right leg out, bring the left leg out. Last time, right leg in, left leg in, right leg out, left leg out. Plant the sole of the left foot on the floor in front of the left hip. Bring the palms of the hands so they're in front of that left shin. Reach the arms straight towards the front of the room, and then maybe you can lift the hips, lift the right leg, find your pistol squat. Big step onto the right foot. Straighten both legs, find your pyramid pose, folding down over the right leg. Left hand down, right hand up, find your twist. Right hand down, keep the right foot grounded, sweep the left leg high, find your standing splits. And then see if you can keep the left leg straight as you tap the left toes to the left wrist. 2 more like that. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, tap it in. 1 more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, tap. Drop the left foot to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Second side, making our way back to the front of the mat. Ground the left foot, squeeze the right knee into the chest, arms up overhead. Twist to the right hand side. Left arm forward, right arm back. Without using the hands, straighten the right leg. Pause and breathe. Keep the arms extended out to the sides as you take a slow-mo step back into your warrior 2. Bend that left knee deeply. Inhale, fly the warrior. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop it deep. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out, take it down, hands behind the lower back. Find the opposite interlace, bring them to the outside of the left hip. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Hands back behind the lower back, fold down, humble warrior. Left shoulder as low as you can get it, down in towards that left knee. Bring it back upright. Keep the hands as they are. Turn the left heel out, left toes in. Inhale here. Exhale, prasarita. Arms drop up and overhead. Keep the bind. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, side lunge to the left hand side. Take it over to the right hand side. Might not look pretty, but it's fine. Back over to the left. Release the bind, hands to heart, hips down onto the earth. Bring the right hand onto the left ankle. Reach the left arm up and over towards that right foot. Maybe you reach it as you find your side bend for a few big deep breaths. Bring yourself back upright, hands to heart center. Tap the left knee to meet the right knee. Open it back up. Tap it down. Open it back out. This time tap it down, hold. Turn to face the front of the mat. Wiggle the hips if you need to. And then walk the fingertips forward as you melt the heart down over the leg. Maybe rippling the chest up and down if that feels good. Bring yourself back up with your next breath in. Keep the left leg where it is. Bring the right leg into half hero. Straighten the left leg. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left. Bend the right. Straighten the left, straighten the right. One more time, bend it in, bring it in. Take it out, take it out. Plant the right foot on the floor. Ready for a pistol squat? Reach the arms forward, lift the hips, lift the left heel. Pause and breathe. Then a big step onto that left foot, straighten both legs, pyramid pose. Right hand down, left arm up, find the twist. Left hand down, right leg up, standing split, breathe in. Tap right toes to right wrist, breathe out. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale, tap. Last one, big breath in, big breath out. Drop the foot to the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, once again, we'll flow through a variation on that sequence, mix it up a little bit and add in a few longer, deep stretches into it. So as you're ready, ground the right foot, squeeze the left knee up and into the chest. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, twist to the left. Straighten the left leg straight out in front of you. Step it all the way back into your warrior 2. Inhale, fly. Exhale, press the air away, drop it down. Inhale, up. Exhale, take it down. Last time, big breath in. Big breath out, drop it down. Hands interlace, bring them to the right hip. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep a deep bend in that right knee. Bring the hands behind the lower back. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Let the arms drop up and overhead. Bring it upright. Right heel out, right toes in. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana to the right side. Still got the bind. Take it over to the left hand side. back over to the right, release the hands to the heart, sit the hips down, right knee meets left, bring it back up, tap it down, take it back up, tap it down, pause there, facing the back of the mat, inhale here, exhale, forward fold, inhale, bring it back upright, left knee bends, right leg straightens, left leg straightens, right leg in, left leg in, right leg out, left leg out. One more time, bend the right, bend the left, straighten the right, straighten the left. Listen for the change, hands behind the hips, fingers point forward, ground through the heels, lift the hips off the mat into your reverse plank, tap the hips back down, inhale, lift them up, exhale, lower them down. Last time, big breath in, big breath out, sit yourself down, plant the left foot on the mat, reach the arms forward, lift the hips, lift the right heel, pistol squat, stand onto the right foot, take it into your pyramid, left hand down, right arm up, right hand down. This time, instead of standing splits, work your way in the direction of full splits or anywhere near for that matter. So hips could be high, hands could be on the mat. We're going to hold here for 2 minutes. So get yourself set up, find your shape, find your alignment, find your breath, find the sensation, and breathe into it for 2 minutes. You're welcome to explore any variations for these 2 minutes, maybe finding a twist, maybe bending the back knee, reaching the hands around for that back foot, maybe folding over the right leg, whatever you fancy, whatever's calling to you. Whatever you choose to do, just stay connected to your breath. You might find that as we hold the shape, maybe you can let go of a little bit of tension, soften your way into it, find a bit of a deeper stretch, just maybe. But always checking in with your body and only taking it as far as feels supported. It might feel intense or uncomfortable, but it should never be painful, and it should never cause your breath to become constricted or panicked or shaky. Use the breath as your guide. Not much longer here, just a few more deep breaths. Then start to slide the hands up towards the body. Draw the right heel back so you're in a half split. Bend the right knee so you're in a low lunge. Turn the left toes to point towards the right hand side, and then drop the right knee so it's in line with the left. So drop the right knee to the left hand side, landing in a frog pose, facing the left hand side of the mat. Keeping the knees in line with the hips and the ankles in line with the knees. So we've got nice right angles in the knees. You might be up on the hands, you might come down onto forearms, maybe all the way down onto the belly. And again, we're going to hold here for 2 minutes. So get yourself set up, grab any props, get yourself, I would say comfortable, but I don't know if that is a word that ever applies to a frog pose. Get yourself just as comfortable as is possible in this shape. Supporting yourself so that you can stay here with a calm and steady breath. And again, maybe you find that as you hold it, you might be able to walk the knees a little bit further away from one another. If you do, just make sure that you adjust where the heels are so that they stay at those nice right angles. What's going on with your breath? What's going on with your mind? Notice it. If things are getting stressed or wanting to escape or feeling frustrated, see if you can find a deep, slow, smooth, steady breath to help calm yourself down. Relaxing the breath to relax the body and relax the mind. Take one more big breath in and one more big breath out. Make your way out of it. It's always a tricky one to get out of gracefully. Just do your best. Shimmy the knees to meet one another. Come to sit on the heels. Apologies for the fact that my back is away from you for now. So give those hips a little shimmy, a little wiggle. Find any movement that feels good to release from that. Lift the hips away from the heels, kneeling on the shins. Step the right leg straight out to the right hand side. Gate pose. Bend into that right knee. So it's like a funky low lunge with the left toes pointing to the side. Re-straighten the leg. Bend the knee and straighten the knee. One more time. Bend the knee. Straighten the knee. Bend the knee, turn the left leg back to point towards the back of the mat, lift the left knee, squeeze the right knee into the nose, step it back to plank, work through a vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, facing the back of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, see if you can keep the leg straight as you tap right toes to right wrist. Step the foot down, step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring the hands to meet one another at your heart. Stand on the left leg, draw the right knee up and into the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Work the right leg in the direction of straight. Take a big step back. Land in your warrior two. Last active sequence, you have got this. Inhale, fly the warrior. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop it in. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out, hands interlace, bring them to the outside of the left hip. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Hands behind the lower back, left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, arms up and overhead. Bring it back up, straighten the left leg, toes in, heel out. Shoulder blades squeeze together, fold down between the legs. Halfway lift with the bind. Skandasana to the left. Skandasana to the right. Maybe fall over like I just did. Bring yourself over to the left. Sit yourself down, hands to heart center. Left knee taps to meet the right knee. Open it back up. Tap it down. Open it up. Tap it down. Come to sit, facing back towards the front of the mat. Half Virasana. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold down over the right leg. Inhale, bring it back up. Hands to heart center. Draw the right heel in. Straighten the left leg. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Take the left out. Open the right out. One more. Left knee bends. Right knee bends. Left leg out. Right leg out. Hands behind the hips. 3 times. Inhale, reverse plank. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time. Breathe in, bring it up. Breathe out, drop it down. Plant the right foot next to the right hip. Reach the arms forward. Lift the hips and the heels. Pistol squat. Big step onto the left leg. Straighten both legs. Pyramid pose. Right hand down. Left arm up. Find the twist. Left hand down. Step the left leg forward. Slide your way into your version of splits. And I've just noticed that there's a bit of paint on my leggings and I'm wondering how that got there. Anyway, 2 minutes in your splits. This side might be totally different from the other side. So see how far you land on this side. See how far feels good. Stay upright, fold down, find a twist, find a back bend, whatever's calling to you. Find your slow, steady, smooth, deep breath. Where is the sensation? What is the sensation? Where is the breath? Where is the mind? Notice it, acknowledge it. No need to judge it. Be here now for whatever is going on with your current experience. Not here for too much longer. You can do it. Find that breath. Find the slow, smooth inhales and exhales. And when you're ready, bring yourself upright if you are folded down. Slide the left foot back so it's in a half split. Bend into the left knee. Spin the right toes to point to the left hand side. Drop the left knee over to the right. This time, bring the toes to touch. Sit the hips between the heels for a wide-legged child's pose facing the long edge of the mat. See if you can drop the hips onto the floor between the heels, knees out wide. Have a little wiggle, settle in. Maybe stack the hands, maybe reach them straight out in front of you if you've got the space. Pausing here again for 2 minutes of stillness and breathing. Notice where your mind goes in these long holds, if there's frustration, if there's resistance, if there's boredom. There's no right emotion or wrong emotion. Just notice them, acknowledge them. What you resist persists, and what you embrace, you move through with grace. So instead of trying to change or fight whatever you're feeling physically and mentally, just notice it, embrace it, let it wash over you. few more deep breaths here. Savour it for this last little moment in your child's pose. Draw a big breath in as you draw yourself back upright. Bring the knees together, lift the hips away from the heels. Maybe find some little circles through the hips like you're doing a little hula hoop. Hands to heart, step the left leg straight out to the side, toes point towards the top of the mat, and then bend that left knee and straighten it. Bend the knee, straighten. Last time, bend the knee, swivel the right toes to the back of the mat, lift the right knee, squeeze the left knee into the chest, step it back to plank, work through a vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, final down dog of the practice. Savour it, have a little moment to take any little movements that are calling to you for this last down dog. Big breath in, sweep the left leg high. Big breath out, tap left toes to left wrist. Step the foot down. Step the right foot forward, forward fold. And see if you can keep the heels grounded on the mat as you bend into the knees and sit the hips down for a super narrow yogi squat. Reach the arms forward. Sit yourself down on the mat, whether graceful or not. Does not matter. Bend the left heel in towards the right hip for a half cross leg. Bring the hands to interlace underneath the right foot. Work that leg in the direction of straight. Release the grip on the foot. Keep the leg lifted. Reach the arms forward. Left hand to the outside of the right foot, reach the right arm back, find your twisted heron pose. Release the grip on the foot, keep the leg lifted, see if you can keep it nice and high. Bring the hand back onto the foot as you deliver the right heel to the outside of the left hip. Stack the right knee on top of the left knee, once again landing in Gomukhasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring the left hand onto the right knee. Maybe reach the right fingertips behind for the right foot. Spin back to face forward. Bring the left hand onto the right foot. Grab the outside edge of the right foot. Lift that leg. Thread the right arm underneath the right knee. Work that leg in the direction of straight. See if you can bring it behind the head for compass pose. Work that leg in the direction of straight. Breathe into the side of the body. And release. Give the arms a little wiggle. Hands free, unravel the legs, right leg on bottom this time. Hands interlace underneath the left foot. Work the leg in the direction of straight, heron pose. Keep the leg lifted, reach the arms forward. Right hand to the outside of the left foot, left arm behind, find the twist. Keep the leg lifted, release the grip on the foot for a few moments. Hand back onto the foot, deliver the heel to the outside of the right hip, find Gomukhasana, cow face pose on the second side. Get yourself set up and comfortable. Big breath in, reach the fingertips high. Big breath out, twist to the left. Maybe find that bind if it felt good on the other side. Big, slow, deep breaths into the belly here, letting the body know that we're slowing and winding things down now. spin back to face forward, right hand onto the left foot, left arm under the left knee, find your compass pose, bring the leg behind the head, maybe, straighten the leg, maybe, breathe into the right side of the body for a few deep breaths. Release from your compass pose. Bring the legs out in front of you. Plant the soles of the feet on the mat. Extend the arms towards the front of the room. Spread through the fingertips. Keep space and openness across the chest. Keep the core engaged as you slowly start to lower down towards your back. When you get a few inches above the floor, pause, breathe, hold. Lift yourself all the way back up. Lower. Pause near the bottom, bring it back up. Last time, roll, hover, lift the legs, extend them straight, pause for 5, 4, 3, how slow can I count? Maybe a 2, breathe, maybe a 1, and release. Drop everything down onto the mat, gather the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze, have a little rock from side to side. Maybe take a big sigh, let something go. Anything that didn't serve you in that practice, any negative emotions that came up, let them go, sigh them out, release them. Find any other movements, any other shapes, any other wiggles that are calling to you before making your way into your final resting shape, your version of Shavasana, whatever feels comfortable, safe, relaxing for these next few minutes in stillness. Releasing any need to shape or control the mind, the body, or the breath. Letting the body fall into whatever shape feels comfortable. Letting the breath fall into whatever rhythm feels comfortable. Letting the mind fall into whatever avenues and thoughts and patterns it drifts into. No need to resist or change, just let be what is. Whatever comes up, let it come, let it be, let it go. Know that if you have the time, the space, the desire to stay in Shavasana for longer, that's always encouraged, always welcome. Pause me, chill out for as long as you want to. If you're ready to move on, if you need to move on, Find any movements that are calling to you. Connect to your own inner wisdom, your inner teacher. Rather than doing what I'm doing, find what feels good for you. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small, expansive, expressive, whatever is calling to you as you make your way back into a final comfortable seat, ending where we began, finishing our practice together, hands at the heart. 3 releasing breaths in the nose, sigh through the mouth. 2 more, breathe in, breathe out. Last one, inhale, exhale, let it go. For the rest of your day, I hope that you think peaceful thoughts, I hope that you speak peaceful words, and you feel peace in your heart. Thank you so much for choosing to share your practice with me today. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I would be really grateful if you could take a second to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment letting me know what you thought of this class. Give it a big thumbs up if you've not done so already. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again on your mat very soon, and hopefully you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye bye.